Welcome to Teaching Naked Techniques, practical tips for designing better classes. This short video is just an overview of what you can expect to see from weekly asynchronous content in the Moodle. You can expect each lesson to start with SMART learning objectives. These are going to be specific, measurable, actionable, relevant, and time-oriented activities that constitute the goals of what you'll be exposed to and what you'll be learning in that particular unit. So the next element you can expect to see in weekly unit content is just something that sort of gets people's attention about why this information is important. We know that even though instructors start with content, students start with motivation. So the question really is, why should I care? And how can I use this information? Or who else uses this information? And why is it even important for us to be dealing with it right now? So the next element of every unit is going to be asking you to think about your prior knowledge and experience with the subject matter. When the brain has a construct or something that's already built to put new information into, we know that people actually learn it better and they store it more deeply. So we're going to activate your prior schemata, see what you know about it, see what experiences you've had for it, and also because as adults you have a lot of life experience, and we find that people retain information better when it means something personal to them. So once we've established what you already know about the topic, the next thing you can expect to see, and probably the biggest element of the unit, would be the new content. So this might be the information from the textbook or publishing materials. It also might be some instructor-generated material or curated web media multi-material that we've pulled into the course because it's relevant to what we're discussing that week. So after you've been exposed to the new information, the next progression would be to do a quick comprehension check. So this is generally low or no stakes testing, like a little quiz. You can repeat these until you're sure you get the information. So it's really formative, and it's really just designed to make sure that you've got the concepts before moving on to the application parts of the lesson. So once we're sure that you've got the new information down, we also would like you to reflect on your thoughts and your ideas about what you've just learned. So some of the things we might ask would be to use a graphic organizer, maybe to annotate one of the text or the medias with your own thoughts and ideas and questions, asking you to integrate what you've just learned with what you already know or something that you know about out there, and to basically reflect and summarize on the implications in your response to the new thoughts and ideas that are presented. So then the next step is actually going to be to apply this knowledge and your thoughts and ideas to the real world. So basically taking any theory that we've learned to concrete, trying out some new ideas and applying the new principles into a product that requires a little bit higher level of skilled practice than you had when you first were introduced to that new information. So the last element that we'll include is a self-assessment. Basically, this ties back to the learning objectives that you got at the very first step, and just kind of asking yourself whether, in your own estimation, that you have really been able to master and work with those materials. This also helps you to identify any gap areas and clarify your needs so that you can ask about those in the synchronous Zoom discussions or other contact with the course leader or facilitator. And then finally, we're going to ask you to think about what's going to happen in the Zoom group. So we'll give you some kind of organizer to sort of organize your thoughts, questions, and contributions for Zoom, and to just be more prepared for the synchronous aspect of the blended group. So I know all these steps seem like a whole lot of work. We know you're busy. We don't actually expect you to do this as a student would. We know that it takes a lot of time, but we will put them there for you to poke around with and look at, and hope that you will really consider joining us and that it doesn't scare you off. We really want this to be a model so that you can just sort of see one way of putting together asynchronous content and then integrating it into synchronous content. So please don't feel like if you don't do an assignment or take a quiz that you can't participate, because we would absolutely love to see you in any or all of these activities for as much or as little as you can do. So hope to see you soon. Thanks. Bye-bye.